Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hello. Woo. Got a little parallel dimension. I'm alive today. That's the problem with doing these OSTs is sometimes. Oh. There you go. See, it takes a while sometimes to get all atmospheric on it. How you guys doing? It is Tuesday, March 26th, 2019. I'm Bryce Castillo. We're about to get started with the pre-show here. We're doing the pre-show. Well, this is the pre-show. Brian just walked in. And, yeah, it's Tuesday. Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday. I don't know if you noticed.
You're dang right.
How's it going, Brian?
Man, you know what is 6 days away? We ain't even thought about it yet.
Monday.
No, yeah, well, yes.
Ha, got it.
Nailed it. No, man, it's Internet Christmas. We got to figure out if we want to give a present to the world.
I guess so. Yeah. Did we do anything last year? I don't think we did anything last year.
No, and I feel bad. Like, we were so good for so many years in a row.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be the big thing. Part of me wants to just rerun some of the Albus Scampsons that we couldn't do last time because we had too many of them.
Yeah? That'd probably work. I mean, I think most of those won't have dates on them, years on them. Probably.
Yeah, and then we get to hear from
Albus.
Well, I mean, actually, we could shoot a new Albus thing. I was thinking of literally just use it. Just
oh
throw
no,
one
that's
of those
what I'm saying too.
Okay. Maybe we just throw the words "It's back" at the beginning of it. And
no, that's the whole video. It's back. And then the Scam Stuff website just says it's back, and that's it. And then nothing else.
Oh, we should find all of those, and maybe that's what we do. Okay.
Hello everybody.
Oh my God, Mike TV in the chat. Good to see you, Mike TV.
Thank you for the raid, Mike TV.
Ooh. We're being raided by Mike TV.
So, there were a few questions in the chat, and so wanted to make it clear we were gonna have Tomcat on tonight. It was not a joke. Someone in the Discord thought it was a joke.
Oh, nope.
We were definitely going to have Tomcat on tonight, and then something came up, and so instead of postpone until we gotta figure it out. But we have more people coming up. We're gonna have Evan and Caitlin next week. That'd be pretty cool. Those guys are nice. Scott Johnson probably in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully Veronica. Maybe Veronica. I think Tuesdays are still bad for Veronica. And then we'll see about, we'll announce more when we have them.
Nice.
But yeah. So, how's your Tuesday, Brian?
Ooh boy.
Yeah.
It was a big one. We got a lot done.
Sure.
Man, oh man. When okay. This is pre-show, so
sure.
it's okay to say.
Sure.
The Brian Fitness Corner hour. It's an hour of it. I mean, like, how long ago was South by So Wasted? It was what, two and a half weeks ago now?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely took I got 3 weeks into the 60-day challenge.
Sure.
Definitely hardcore took a week off.
Right.
So hard that it took a little while to right the ship of habits. And so now I'm about a week and a half into good habits and raw veggies and exercising.
They didn't even let you
every
cook the
day.
veggies?
What's that?
Did they let you cook the veggies?
Yeah, well, no, but also eating, or just whole veggies, basically.
Okay.
Or just,
Sure.
To be honest, my trainer keeps giving me the rule of, she looks every time I show her, she's like, not enough calories. I was like, not enough? She's like, I want to see nutritious calories.
Right.
And, she totals up all of this is garbage except for this, and that. That's only 1,200 calories. It's not enough. You want to have beer on top of that? That's on you. But you're going to get to 2,000 calories of nutritious. Guess what? It is really hard to get to 2,000 calories of vegetables and shit.
I mean, that's the point.
I know. It's very hard. But so anyway, this week, I did pretty good last week at my weigh-in. And then this week, I saw a small increase in muscle mass and a small decrease in fat percentage, but not enough. Like, and then she's having me log every single thing and being diligent. And it's like she's going through and she's like, got to admit, still not seeing enough nutritious calories here.
Yeah.
You know, and also seems like there's beer every day. I'm like, God damn it. It's so like she called me out, and so I'm being really, really good. So today, I'm trying to hit it on two fronts. I am eating extraordinarily healthily.
Oh, good.
And today I ran 3.5 miles, and then we did the 2 launches of YouTube videos.
Sure.
And then it was around that time that 2 weeks ago, I would have rewarded myself. Well, now it's time for a beer in Hearthstone. But instead, it's like, how about you go for another run? It's like, I guess that works too. Me, you, oh boy, me,
Yeah.
you're a tough boss. And so I went for another run.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, make sure you pace yourself. Don't overexert yourself too much.
Yeah, and there was a substantial amount of walking in that running.
Sure.
But you know, you're just listening to an audiobook or whatever.
Yeah. Cool. Well, congrats.
Ugh. Yeah.
Is that what is the so that totaled what, like 8 miles today?
Shy of that.
What's your 1 day cumulative
The most
distance?
How long do you have to run to outrun your feelings?
Twice I have done a half marathon just on my own, walking and running.
Is that
That's 13.1 miles.
okay?
And last time was like 1.5, 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
But even that was 15 pounds ago. So anyway.
Cool. Hey, Justin.
Hey, what's up, folks? What's
it going?
going on?
How's your week? Big political week since we last talked.
Yeah, dude.
Political week, man. Everyone's going crazy. Kirsten Gillibrand, what an announcement. Biggest news of the week.
What? Sorry?
Oh, sure. When she announced, you know, the Gillibrand.
She said, "Look at me.
Check me out.
I'm Kirsten Gillibrand. I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce my last name. It's an odd choice for a slogan."
Yeah. But I've definitely heard it.
No,
what's
she's
up?
definitely fucked up. That's definitely like that is poop buffet material that she decided she announced her candidacy outside of Trump Tower as the Mueller summary was coming in, effectively like giving Trump his like biggest win of his presidency.
Wow.
Like of all the times, like literally, I can't blame her, man. It's got to be like a Curb Your Enthusiasm moment. Literally, like any other time, he's like dropping some vase that Teddy Roosevelt made or something. Like that's like all he does is do things that the press makes fun of him for. But literally, the one time it was like fairly crystal clear that the bumper sticker he's been like putting out on Twitter, like no collusion, and then like Robert Mueller says like no collusion. Oh, everybody freaks out, and she's holding her dick in front of the Trump Tower.
Well, what do you think of, I forget who the pundit was, but somebody was writing like, hey, bad news, all of media. This is the WMD of our generation. Like
so, Matt Taibbi is a very interesting writer, mostly because in his formative years as a author / activist in Russia, he once hit a politician in the face with a cream pie filled with horse cum.
Oh, that's great.
So Matt Taibbi, look, he's always been one of those Hunter S. Thompson-y kind of guys. Like so,
Hunter S. Thompsoni.
What was that?
I said Hunter S. Thompsoni. Rest in peace.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, that's.
But yeah, no, I don't know. He's always been I've always very much enjoyed his writing, but I wouldn't take much of it super seriously. Although I would say that his larger point that like, I think everyone's, I don't know, if there's two groups of people that love to hand wring about whose fault it is, probably me because I bear so much responsibility for the world. It's politicians and the media, and the political media is the Venn diagram, in between them. So I don't know, whatever. It was a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing that Trump got elected. Historically, it's a crazy thing that there was a gigantic investigation, and I can understand that people over pursued it. We can understand that, and that's that.
Yeah. Well, next time. We'll get him next time.
The Jesse.
Next time.
No,
Did you see the thing, the Empire guy?
Yeah.
today?
George Lucas?
Yeah, he came out and gave a statement. He said, total exoneration, completely set the record straight.
No, I joked in the Free Political Newsletter, which you can get at freepoliticalnewsletter.com, that
Oh, Jesse Smollett. It took me way too long to realize we were actually talking.
I ain't even seen Empire. You watched it.
And I've been keeping up with this news story.
oh, really?
Yeah, well, a little bit.
So yeah, I was joking earlier that like, if things had gone so well for the Trump folks, that like I was to the point where like if Obama comes out tomorrow and says he did the Benghazi to distract from the Clinton Foundation, then we can all be sure that we're living in Baron Trump's AI simulation of reality. But yeah, this was the combo breaker. Jussie Smollett walking free.
Yeah. But apparently all the cops in Chicago are very mad about it.
And so is the mayor, which is the surprising one because he is a
so
fairly stalwart Democrat.
I was about to say, is renowned for his even temper and not getting fired up over things.
Sure, exactly, yeah. Well, that was the famous thing that he was known for. I think, it was either right before or right after he got named Obama's chief of staff.
Hey, whoa, real quick. What's up, Cthulhu Collector? 500 bits. They're doing it for reals right now. Oh, man, oh, you're so cute. I would caress your tendril mouth and give it kisses.
Yeah, he I think he barged into somebody in like the Senate gym steam room naked and like threatened them. Someone might need to look that up, but that was the book on Rahm Emanuel before, either right before or right after he took the chief of staff job for Obama. Anyway, he's fucking mad because the prosecutors were basically like, yeah, he gets off. He gave us $10,000. Is that normally how that works? We don't know. Maybe he also did community service. Is he going to do it like in the future? Nope. The innocent? We don't know. He's gone now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a weird case. It's a weird one.
Yeah, I think that there'll be more on it, but man, Chicago.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So is you know what they say about Chicago, right? It's the weird city.
It's my kind of town. Sung while your two Nigerian friends fake punch you.
You might be able to make out Brian's coughing laugh.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I muted my laugh.
Oh, jeez. Oh man, you guys want to see some funny videos?
Yeah.
Sure,
Or if you got a would you rather bot, man, it's been a hot minute since we've done that.
Yeah, let's do would you rather bot. Let me.
Wee bit.
It's been a wee bit. All right, let's see what the latest would you rather bot. Would you rather be forced to create your parents or have a baby?
Oh my God, I would have a baby. Like, forced to create your parents means you gotta have two babies and then make them marry each other.
Or they could be golems. You don't know.
Like, what if you just created your parents? Like, you could, like, Sim style, go in and create your parents, and then you reboot your life and are raised by the parents you created and create a parent.
Man, that's one of those, like, if I had the option to go back in time at any point, I would really think twice about it, because I don't know that in all realities things work out as well as they seem to have so far. You know, like I'd be nervous about messing something up.
Well, because really what you're saying is, do you want to pilot a plane or go on autopilot on a plane you've designed? right? Because either you're the passenger in my scenario, either you're the passenger or you're the pilot of like either you have a baby and now you're doing the things that you would hope a good parent would do to raise the child, or you're like, well, I'm gonna make sure that a good parent has this amount of this and that amount of that and good calves.
Oh, because you don't necessarily have to make the parents that you have now. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but in my version, you then are born again.
Yeah.
To those parents, you have to create those parents.
You get a much younger twin.
Well, no. Like you, but then you go back in a loop, and then you
A loop.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, right? That's,
Oh, see, I was not
like
thinking
you
time
finish
travel
making
at
them,
all.
and then you vanish, and you split into two. One part of you goes into your dad's balls.
Okay,
the other
well.
part goes in your mom's pussy,
Okay,
and then
so-
your parents fuck, and then you get made all over again. And
very-
you better hope you made your parents right.
No, you have to watch them fuck, and then only at the point of insemination do you go, whoa, whoa, and you become a zygote.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Ooh. Well,
Like, that's the less appealing option.
Yeah. See, the other thing is like be forced to create your parents. It doesn't mean a simulacrum of your parents. It seems to be like you have to create your actual parents.
right.
So, which implies that they actually have to give birth to you.
Right. I mean, like, how do you create your parents? Like, go looking for snips and snails and puppy dog tails?
Yes,
no,
golems!
yeah,
Golem
yeah.
parents!
Yeah, you scoop together some mud
Yeah.
and you cast a spell.
Yeah. This is my mom. She's a walking pile of fire.
I spent a lot of time on her breasts. Like, I mean, I don't want to do any of that. Like,
All right,
No,
so what do you
if
guys
I had
pick?
to tell my mom, I would give her very shitty breasts because I would feel very
also,
uncomfortable about it.
let's talk about the other side.
Sure.
Have a baby, man. Number one, more the merrier. Grow the family. Number two, I'm gonna rub it in Bonnie's face. I'd be like, don't you do this whole thing about like I had a baby and you don't know what it's like. Well, guess what? Now we both know what it's like because
Oh,
I had a baby
so-
too.
Oh, I'm saying you
you're saying-
deliver the baby. You bring the baby to term.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
yeah.
empregging it up yourself.
Well, yeah, I gotta,
Oh.
you know, I don't know. I'll get a cesarean. Like,
Whoa!
I mean, I guess I
Wow.
have to, right?
I guess so. I mean, if we're bending the rules.
Well, I mean, like, I could. I guess I don't have a womb. There was an article in Omni magazine in the late '80s. And this is when, every week we had to do a report on a article from a science magazine, and eventually they banned allowing us to use Omni because Omni was published by the same people who did Penthouse magazine, and that wasn't why. It was just because the articles were so pseudoscience-y and bad.
Really?
And I think the one I did was speculating about how a man could have a baby if they gestated it in your colon or something, and then you'd have to poop out a baby. Like literally, the baby would grow while just a river of crap.
Wait, who's fucking rating us?
Krug rated us with the party of 2. Thank you very much, Krug.
Woo, Krug. Anyway, we're talking about butt babies.
He's talking about butt babies.
So that was.
I mean, I'm imagining if this is a world where your internal organs are such that they could grow a child, you would get a birth canal.
yeah.
You would be allowed a birth
I
canal.
mean, you know what? For all I know, it might already be there, just hanging underneath my balls. Just one day.
No one's looked down there.
Well, I mean, you pull back, you're like, well, son of a bitch.
I
Like I
happens all
start
the
to,
time.
like, I'm beginning my second trimester. I'm like, oh, I wonder where the baby's gonna. Oh, who knew? I
Hey.
never got a mirror.
Yeah.
And then
A mirror.
well, I mean, I can't bend over and see all that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what the fuck is he in Cirque du Soleil?
Yeah. And
Prudes.
then at that point, oh my God, I'm laying on the bed constantly, be like, oh, I would do it myself. And Bonnie's gonna be rolling.
Thank God
her
Bonnie's
eyes.
not here thinking that this is what her pregnancy was like in your eyes.
Oh no! I'm not saying that was how her pregnancy was. I'm saying it's how mine's gonna be.
Sorry, baby. The genie said I gotta have a baby.
All right, so yeah, I think we're gonna go with. Well, also, I don't know though. Like let's go with have a baby.
Have a baby?
It is.
All right, 182 votes are already cast. 22 hours left. The rest of the world says 59% would have a
Oh, yeah,
baby.
who is this 41%? I guess men.
There are enough ambiguities on creating your parents
Yeah.
that don't end with you splitting in half and entering your parents' genitalia and birthing yourself slider style. There are a lot of other things that can happen.
I feel like we should be commenting on. In fact, if somebody could, God damn it, we should definitely clip out the best things and just reply to them constantly.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
We
sure.
should.
If you clip us, please, if you make a clip and post it in the chat, let me know and we'll tweet it at them. Let's see. ICU has posted a Photoshop here from the time Jury got pregnant. It's an old fit. Oh. Dun dun. When were you pregnant?
I think, yeah, no, that was, I believe that was from when I was finding out that my back was horrifyingly fucked up.
Oh.
And so the chat, in characteristically nurturing terms, just decided to seize on the fact that one of the symptom pages on WebMD said pregnancy.
You want to do another Would You Rather?
Yeah.
Let's see what you got. Let's find a good one here. Okay.
Wait, what was the one above that one? Would you rather cold rock? Or...
Sure, we can go this one and say, would you rather cold rock or unrealistic tomato?
An unrealistic tomato.
No way, man. I'm all about the straight cold rock. I'm gonna straight cold rock this motherfucker.
One weird cold rock.
Like, but are you thinking of rock like the music or rock like the mineral?
Rock like the music, man.
Oh.
You gotta...
Realistic tomato be?
Yeah, well, like, that would be...
It would be a drawing, a bad drawing of a tomato, I think.
or Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or whatever, man. I'm gonna be cold rocking it.
So wait, but all right, so cold rock is like chill rock? Like, is it like
No, man,
Starbucks,
it's
or-
it's ice cold. It's cool. Yeah, that is an unrealistic.
really
tomato.
I've seen tomatoes like that. It's very realistic.
Hey, Justin, can you goose your audio? I'm ducking you. I'm giving you the duck.
You can
Talking,
duck.
There you go,
talking,
there you
talking
go.
over you,
Test,
talking
test.
over you,
Oh,
talking
pussy,
over
you-
you,
Yeah,
talking.
Yeah, I think it's still
Oh,
ducking a
it's
touch.
Hey,
Well, okay,
hey,
so-
hey,
There
hey,
you go.
hey.
Test,
Problem
test,
with
test.
asking him to turn it
Hey,
up
hey,
as an answer
hello,
to this.
hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Hey, what? Now I can't
So-
duck them.
It's fine. Yeah, I think the solution to that tends to be just talking over each other to make Skype do something. Rather
Oh,
than,
really? Not
Because,
necessarily the volume.
right.
Ah.
Because Skype already gives a very compressed audio signal.
Right.
But in either case, it sounds
You know,
like we got
actually, what Jane says, I think nailed it. Unrealistic Tomato would be a great cold rock band.
it. Well,
All right, but what? All right, give me like a cold rock, like give me like a sound.
All right,
like
look.
cold rock
Hot
sound.
rock is what your mom hums while she's getting a hot stone massage. She's like Poison and Motley Crue. That's hot
Wait,
rock.
they're not yacht rock.
I said
They're
hot
hair
rock.
metal.
I said hot rock.
Hot
as
rock.
opposed to
Okay, gotcha.
as
Sorry.
opposed now cold rock. Oh man, that's brutal. That's. I mean, cold rock.
Is it like cold rock or like hot rock but sad?
No, more like emotionless. Just the rock. Like Dragon Force is cold rock.
Oh, cold rock.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you. Girl, you. And you're like, what?
Hey!
What does it mean? Like, am I your friend? Am I your, like, God damn, you're so cold.
I was thinking like cold rock. So hot rock would be about sexual energy, but cold rock would be about violence. So like body count would be cold rock. And but I want to
Well,
rock.
I guess that would be like Swedish death metal. That's cold rock.
that's
Like,
what
it's from
I'm
a
saying.
cold place doing some cold ass shit.
Yeah, where's Dragon Force from? They're from Scandinavia, aren't they?
Maybe.
Cold rock is
Dragon
songs
Force
about-
are British.
Oh, they're British. That's still pretty cold.
Well, okay. Yeah, I guess so.
That's why we fucking left.
So, what are we doing? Cold rock or unrealistic tomato?
Cold rock. I feel like we settled on the fact that cold rock is either unemotional or violent.
All right, 13 hours left. 285 votes already cast. 38% went with Cold Rock.
Unrealistic tomato.
People don't want this realistic
Well, because
tomato.
I think most people were thinking, would you like a Cold Stone and not the creamery?
Right.
Or would you like a unrealistically large or funny looking tomato? And there's really there's no way to go wrong.
Dude,
Like,
turns
the
out-
tomato's gigantic. Like, look at that. Oh my God, we're gonna be having salads for days.
I would like to believe that. I would like to believe that. Shit. No. Something about giant tits on a tomato. Unrealistic.
An unrealistic standard of tomato sexuality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Them tomato measurements are unrealistic.
Oh, interesting. So outside of the tits thing.
36. That tomato can suck my dick. It's unrealistic. Tomato.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
It made my dreams come true. Unrealistic tomato.
It made all my dreams come true. Let's see here. You want to do one more Would You Rather?
Yeah.
All right. There was this one. Would you rather have the ability to get rid of fire or dinosaur job?
Oh my God. I mean, one is an actual
A
job.
lot of implications here.
The other is an awesome job that I wish existed, right? I mean, there are people whose job is to get rid of fire.
Well, I mean, this is the definition of duty versus entertainment, right?
I mean, it's got to be dinosaur job, right?
Now,
Now, you have the ability to get rid of fire, Brian, so imagine you're the fucking hot shot that all the regular firefighters hate. Like everyone else is, water, spraying it all over shit, and you just walk up and you're like, what's up, dickweeds? Gone. I have the ability to get rid of fire. Where's my limo?
you arrive in a limo
A limo with the
lights
spinning
and
on
towers.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make a case that was my job when I was on tour, was to get rid of fire, like
You
every
did?
night on stage.
The history of the ability to get rid of fire
It goes back
is
to the
old.
dinosaurs.
dinosaur age.
But meanwhile, a dinosaur job.
All right, now here's the downside.
Here's
though.
the thing about dinosaur
What if
job.
you get the dinosaur job and you get paid, but it's on a per dinosaur basis and it's in current day? So you're
Oh.
like, oh, what do you do for a living? You're like, oh, I have a dinosaur job. Ooh, you get to work with dinosaurs.
Like, yeah, I
How
mean,
many? Have
technically,
you
yes, I
seen?
do.
And you're like, yeah, not so many.
So here's the thing, and I think the people in the chat kind of got this. Is a dinosaur job a dinosaur job?
Oh my God. Hold on. What would a dinosaur?
You know, one of those DJs?
Oh shit.
Okay, maybe it's a dino sour job.
Well, you can
So
see the spelling.
You put
No, a dinosaur job is where you get your dick sucked, but you find out that her parents are actually birds.
technically it'd be children.
Sure. I mean,
Dinosaur job. Okay, now get rid of fire. Maybe that means like cure gonorrhea. You could get rid of fire.
more than globally getting rid of the idea of
Is it a
combustion.
colloquial term? Do you say like, oh man, I got the fire last weekend when I was in Beirut?
Well, I mean, no, but they say like one of the symptoms is it burns when you pee, right?
I mean, sure, but
Sure.
it's not called the fire.
I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to
We
explore all
need to
options.
tweet that out. Let's tweet that out now. Is gonorrhea commonly referred to
No,
as
okay, you don't get to add. You don't get to add the word commonly because I wasn't implying that.
Okay, all right, then is gonorrhea referred to as the fire?
Is gonorrhea fire? How about that?
All right, is gonorrhea fire? That's better, yeah.
Well, see,
Is gonorrhea fire?
fire is like a term right now, right? Like fire is like, oh, that shit is fire.
I'm agreeing with Brian's phrasing. Let's see what comes back.
All right, here we go. Tweeting out is
And also, what are you afraid of? Somebody with sunglasses?
Someone thinking
is gonna
they're smart and giving us
is gonna
bullshit.
fist pump and be all like, "Damn right, it's fire! I got it last Monday."
literally yes.
Fucking two fidget spinners, like.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, I guess this one's on hold. This...
No, dinosaur job.
Yeah,
right?
it's got to
We're
be a
going
dinosaur job.
Okay, here we go. 10 hours left, 290 votes cast. 46% said dinosaur job.
What? Who are these people?
They want to do better for the world. They have the ability to get rid of fire.
Okay.
And you get the limo.
And you get that limo.
You get the limo.
Yeah. Here it is. This is a dinosaur job.
That's a good dino job.
That's pretty good.
I'm afraid what happens if I scroll down any further,
T-Rex
though.
doing a flip. What's that?
I'm afraid of what happens if I scroll down any further, though.
Oh, for more dinosaur jobs.
More dino jobs. Some stuff, man. Jeez.
All right, keep talking. I'm gonna get another.
Hey,
drink.
have you noticed that that the weather in Austin is like really dry? Like I've had sore throats every day. I think it's all the dinosaur jobs I've been given.
Well, I think
now
that
I
would
got
lubricate.
fire
I feel
in
like that
my
would
throat.
lubricate. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh. I haven't noticed, but I also haven't gone out much.
Yeah, but I mean, even indoors.
Do you think it's possibly an allergy thing? Are you taking an allergy pill?
You know,
because those will dry you out.
It could be. I think that could be.
But, my car was so dirty, and it's still pretty dirty, but it was so dirty the other day that I had to go and like hand wash the windshields because I was out of wiper fluid. And one of my things is not working, so I was like, okay, well, I need to be able to see out of this thing.
Being out of wiper fluid is my reminder that I have to get the oil changed. Because I'm not going to do that myself.
Right.
I guess it's time to get that oil changed.
Yeah. Well, Jiffy Lube will fill you up.
They take care of it.
Brought to you by Jiffy Lube.
Cheesy Bob, that gunky feeling in his eyes. Yeah. Also like a fucking hard boogers. Like that's when the hard boogers come out. That's how I know it's dry.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like all of a sudden you can't breathe.
Sure.
And then you
sure.
bust out a chisel and you start chipping away.
Ting, 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 ting.
And then try to do the human blockhead to get everything.
But it's not working because you're doing it right.
That's right.
It's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so now my car is still dirty, but the windshield is a little cleaner.
Did you see? There was a mystery afoot on the back of Bonnie's car.
Oh, I saw that.
Somebody had written,
"Don't dead, open inside."
Yes.
Yeah. Love your dirty car.
Yeah, love your unwashed car.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
had written on there and drawn a heart on there.
I assumed it was the kids.
Yeah. Well, that's what Bonnie did too. She went to Josie and she's like, "Did you do this?" And she knew like Penny's handwriting, and was like, "Doesn't look like a Penny thing." And then she's like,
Maybe it was Callie.
well, and she even asked Callie, and she was like, "What the motherfucker went up here and touched my car doing this Banksy art all over the back?" And for like 2 days later, I overhear Josie and Bonnie talk about it. And I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" They're like, "Oh, who did it?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that was me."
Oh, you did it!
Yeah. And then for some reason, like it just never occurred to her.
It was the heart. I think it was the heart in the middle of it that threw him off.
Well, you know what it was I saw that Josie had drawn a heart, and I thought about how everybody writes "wash me" and it's all passive aggressive.
Sure.
I thought like, what if somebody were to do that, but with genuine positivity? So Bonnie went through the roller coaster of like, oh, somebody did something sweet. You're like, wait, what stranger would walk up and do this to another person's car and not mean it in a snarky, sinister way?
Yeah.
And then she decided, like, who's this motherfucker doing this to the car? And then it turns out it was sweet.
Oops. All right, Justin. Apparently, you have something to answer for. What is this conspiracy thing? Is this a show thing? Is this a jury thing? What happened?
Wait, what conspiracy thing?
Your demon conspiracy.
Demon conspiracy says I hate everyone.
So when I was I've been doing themes on the jury show each week, just to kind of give a reason for people to email and just kind of chip away. So this week is conspiracy week. Just conspiracies you like, conspiracies that you may not believe in but enjoy, but that you do believe in, that you're ashamed to admit. You can send them in anonymously, jurydaily@gmail.com, right? So I was talking today. Today's episode was about my first conspiracy, the first conspiracy that I ever believed in. And I can't even remember exactly how old I was at this point. But I had this belief that I was the only human that that was around, right? Everyone I interacted with were demons,
Oh.
including my family and friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Teachers, strangers, of course, they were all demons. Except here was the caveat. They weren't there to torture me. Even as a kid, I thought of it as like they just got the shittiest job in hell, which was for whatever reason populating a world in which I was this like burden, and they were like very like going through the motions. But then also as soon as I left, I would imagine in my head the room turning red, like that it would have. It was very theatrical in my creative little kid brain. It would turn red, and they would like maybe the faces would like morph a little bit more. Like they were never like, but very like makeup prosthetics, kind of like add a longer chin kind of thing.
Sure.
And they would just talk about their day now that they were off work, because that was like, well,
Yeah.
he left. Anyway, did you go to Greg's party? Because I wasn't able to make it.
How old were you when you had this?
I can't remember. I was trying to think about it today, but I had to be around 5 or 6.
Okay.
I think I got a good one for you.
Ooh.
I want to say 3rd or 4th grade
Sure.
was around the time that that I had this one. My birthday is January 17th. My parents' anniversary was on January 18th. So they got married, and then less than a year later, I was born, right? So they wasted no time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Separate set of facts. I think 3rd or 4th, I think in 4th grade, I got into the gifted and talented program. And I also noticed
Big
that I
man.
was significantly smaller than everybody in my grade.
Yeah.
And I toyed with the theory that what if I'm actually 1 year younger than I think I am? That would explain why I am so small.
Okay.
But maybe I was, because I'm in this gifted and talented program, maybe I'm smart and they put me a grade ahead, but they didn't want me to know that I was younger than everybody else.
So they still made you do all the grades?
Side bonus, they don't have to admit that I was born. Like, tied into this was the idea that they gave birth to me and then said, oh shit, he's born out of wedlock, and then got married the next day. like somehow all of these kind of came together.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I'm being fucked with on my timeline. And
Okay.
Yeah.
That's plausible?
So you believe that your parents didn't just lie on the school form, like they committed to the bit and made this lie the truth, like through, I mean, I guess the birth record would still have to be the birth record.
Wait.
They
Look,
just
I mean,
lie and
but have
say
you ever
it's
seen your
you,
long
whatever
form?
it was whatever, yeah.
yeah, my 4th grade brain wasn't processing all. Had not yet heard of Occam's razor.
This is the guy who thought he was the center of some hell play, right? Like,
Yeah, I thought my conspiracy was fairly mild. Parents falsify some shit to get the kid into a grade ahead.
oh, I also thought I was adopted. I definitely thought I was adopted at a certain point.
Really?
Yeah, and I like searched through all my mom's files once.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But I think I don't know. I think that's more, probably the reason why I wanted to go into news gathering.
Hey, Bonnie, we're talking about conspiracy theories that we believed at some point.
Woo!
Justin shared one that when he was like, what you said, 6 or 7.
5 or 6, yeah.
5 or 6, he thought that everybody in his life was a demon, only pretending to be a human. And then the moment he left the room, they all relaxed their rubbery demon faces and went back like, anyway, we're all pretending to be parents of this kid, right?
That's totally fucked up.
Yeah, okay. And then I shared what I've not told you, which is
Oh.
it was like somehow I was trying to weave together 2 ideas. One was because Mom and Dad's anniversary is the day after my birthday, was that I was born And then the next day they got married, but they didn't want anyone to know that. So they told me that they got married the year before. Also, I was convinced that that I was a year younger than I was, and that's why I was smaller than everyone. But that they wanted me to be ahead in grades, so they just lied and told me I was a year older than I was.
Ooh.
Somehow all of that combined. So all right, what about you? Did you have one like that?
A conspiracy that could be unproven.
Well, that
Or
they
just
either
anything.
believed at some point or
Yeah, just like some like crazy kid thought where like I think like at that age between like 4 and let's say 8 or something like that, there's you know enough about the world that you can start to build these like very fantastical kind of solutions. Like these are like your first building blocks of like what are the constructs of reality, and then you realize, okay, well, a lot of these are not realistic, and what shaves down is our actual perception. But the initial rough drafts can be insane.
Wait, actually, hold on.
Yeah.
Bonnie might have some current ones.
Oh, you're an
Wow.
asshole.
I don't know. I'm not thinking of any one specific one, but I remember you saying like, I'm convinced of. I forget what you said afterwards, but it was one of those things
Wait a
where
minute,
you
hold on,
were-
wait. So we're revealing true conspiracies?
No, I think Brian just likes to say I'm dumb.
No, like
That's it. Oh, jeez, man. Oh, I was just trying to keep it up.
where's the vocoder?
God
my
damn it.
it.
He's just like, she's still.
Oh, Christ, this bullshit. Oh, I'm a podcast host. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh no, yeah, but I don't remember what that most recent one was. It was probably about politics. That's where I'm not extremely strong.
Yeah.
And
I hear they're doing
thinking.
politics nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
by the way, new politics episode with my mom. Every few months, I'm calling my mom and I'm talking to her about the 2020 primary as a voter in Florida in a swing district. She is somebody that is going to need to be courted for her vote, and she has some very strong opinions, including whether or not Cory. I floated my theory about Cory Booker coming out as gay on the campaign trail.
oh yeah, that would be I think a smart move.
Well, except for the fact that he's like steadfastly, like, I don't know. It would be a tricky thing, but I asked her whether or not she would be more inclined to vote for him if he came out as gay on the campaign trail. And she has a very interesting answer.
Ooh.
All right, well here I'll grab a beverage
Sure.
and we can start.
you know, I think the word conspiracy is so tied to politics that it's hard for me to think of stories that aren't like.
Well, I
You know
guess
what I mean?
this was more in the vein of just like some crazy shit you thought of when you were a kid.
Yeah, I
What was
remember.
the craziest thing you thought about the world when you were a kid?
Yeah, there was this one time, and I would have been like 4 or 5, and we were walking some friends outside. Like, you know, we had friends over, and it was late, and my mom was holding me, and I must have fallen asleep and then woke up and like was actually dreaming. But like our neighbor, we lived in town, but our neighbor had this like really nice big lot where he had a garden. And I remember looking over there and seeing a giant dinosaur footprint. And then I woke up and I was like, whoa, where did the footprint go? And my mom said, what? I was so like, there was a dinosaur footprint there like just a second ago. And now it's not there. And I think aliens erased it. You know, like, I don't know what movies. We did have HBO. And so maybe I was watching HBO and.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of kid lies is a great one. Like just like some random ass lies you told as a kid, like just because it was like some shit to say.
Yeah.
Like that's like, is that camera? Are you aiming it or is it just?
Nope, it just fell. It's fine. We don't need to worry about it.
Because for a second it looked like it was just like leering toward Bonnie's butt, like
Oh,
it
God,
was
no.
just slowly listing like downward.
The angle is just not great. Here we go. We'll get you on that. Hey, there we go.
I like that shot. That shot's good because it seems like it's like a hidden camera.
Yeah.
Hidden. Ooh, revealed. Woo.
Yeah, Bryce, do you have any kid conspiracy, kid lies?
I can't. Probably for a little while, I had that thing where I thought I was the only like person with free will. You know that thing?
Yes.
Which I think everybody gets at some point.
Wait, does everybody get that? I never,
know.
because that blows up into like in adults. Some people have the like full Truman Show shit where like they think that everybody is
A demon,
orbiting
and they're
around.
talking
That's
about
what I
their
was
day in
joking,
hell.
the demon thing.
Yeah.
That like if I had some mental break or something as I got older, or was in a more unhealthy situation, that might have been what manifested. Is like I obviously had the seeds of that then washed away, but if it had grown, maybe it would be that full like, oh no, I'm the only person on earth that has anything to say, and everybody else is either. So wait, but your idea was that everybody else was controlled or what?
No, just like I mean, it's a like programmed, I guess. Programmed is not the right word because that implies like technology.
A
But
greater power, right?
no. Or that's what I'm trying not to say. Is rather like instinct. Like everyone is just acting the way that they would. I guess kind of a fatalist sort of idea that everyone's going to act in a certain set way.
Like you're the only one thinking through.
I'm
what
the only
they're
one who
doing.
has cognitive thought.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's like
Wait,
Everyone
that's
else
straight up
don't.
Descartes, right?
they're all acting on instinct,
Or something like that. Yeah.
dude.
But
no,
that's-
that one I didn't know.
good stuff.
I never thought of the idea of the blank slates. Like
Oh, yeah?
I had always plugged it into some other larger like conspiracy slash because that's actually fairly unique in
Really?
terms of conspiracies.
What is?
Well, the idea that you're the only person with consciousness.
No, that's straight up. That's Descartes.
Very common.
Like, yeah.
Well, no, I mean in terms of conspiracies that are popular now, in terms of like if you are the only person who's awake, normally there's somebody else or there's something else or there's some force else that's keeping everyone else asleep. Like the idea that everyone is just a total blank slate that is just like kind of pinballing into each other constantly, and you are the only one who can see the matrix.
Oh, I would figure like maybe the term blank slate wouldn't. Usually that's ascribed to tabula rasa, like a baby being able to be programmed. So it would be the reverse of that. They would not be a blank slate. They would be hardwired. They'd be like, they unable to affect their own programming and learn and grow and change.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
But they just react so much to each other that it's like, oh, okay, well, and now I get a mortgage. Yes, sir, you do get a mortgage. Here's money. All right, I'm going to go to the swimming pool. Swim, swim, swim.
You know, I did have this thought as a child, like this is like age 6-ish, like
Yeah.
Callie's age. Basically, I was contemplating how God could let bad things happen, right?
Sure.
And then the idea that, he just set the world into motion and was like laissez-faire about it. He was just like, okay, but I made everything and then everything has to play out. So like I'm thinking through these like existential bits. I guess some people say that like he's already predestined everything, like that's the whole line of thought for God. But then in my mind, I couldn't shake this image of God just being a child my age with a snow globe that it filled, like it made
Rosebud.
Yeah,
It's the end of St. Elsewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like a Calvin by way of St. Elsewhere.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
What is on
that was literally the end of the TV medical drama St. Elsewhere. Was they pulled back and everything you saw for the last however many years was in the mind of an autistic child looking at a snow globe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what year would that have come out?
86, I think, is when they wrapped that up.
Yeah. It was among the more legendary shitty TV endings of all time.
I wonder. I
that-
wonder
that
if I
and the,
had
and that-
heard about it, and maybe that's why it got lodged in my brain. Like,
Yeah.
but I would have been. No, it would have been before that because
Maybe they ripped
I
you
would have
off.
been 12 by then. So I'm giving away my age here. You can do math.
Giving away my age.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, because I was younger than that. So it was like a marble or something. You know, like
The
Yeah.
I had a theory that I
never saw
couldn't
Samuel
disprove.
Okay.
That because dogs are not humans and they can't talk. I was like,
Right.
Correct.
what makes me think my dog enjoys being pet? Like, how do we know that, rubbing in and leaning in or whatever, maybe that's their version of agony and screams. And what if, because we're getting the wrong signal, I'm torturing this dog its entire life?
Okay.
I couldn't disprove that one.
Well, I think. Well, okay.
Later I came to understand that.
And then all that dog anger was bottled into another dog called Kepler.
Oh man,
Yes, host.
dude, I've been using the shock collar on Kepler, and he's been good.
Yeah.
He, I took him to the property, and so the gate was open, and I walked out to bring in the garbage, and he's running full speed, galloping towards me, and of course I'm by the street, and so I grabbed the zapper, and I'm like, no, stop. And that dog, I'm telling you, all for like a fucking Scooby-Doo cartoon. He skidded like 7 feet and then just immediately went into a gentleman's sit. like that dog is being good.
Well, then I'm very excited to see Kep.
Oh man. One last thing about conspiracies, rather tangential thing. I started watching The Act on Hulu. This is it was a cold open for Cord Killers a few weeks ago. This is the reenactment of Gypsy Rose, the young girl whose mother Munchausened her way into thinking that the daughter was super sick and it made this huge fraud out of her sickness, and then eventually the mother is murdered. That's a good show, and holy shit, the things that girl went through.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay, right
Oh,
on.
this is a real.
It's a
thing.
real life story, but it's a reenactment. Patricia Arquette plays the mother. But
I
it's
thought
good.
you said a cat plays her mother. I was like, what?
Because a cat plays her mother.
Now that I would watch. The only thing is there it's. I didn't realize Hulu was still doing this, but Hulu's doing it week over week.
Yeah.
And so they're only like 2 episodes out right now, but they're good. They're good. So that's The Act. Justin is left.
Let's just start the show.
Wait, did Justin get a new chair, or has he had that for a while?
I don't think he's had that.
Yeah. I think you're seeing the lumbar support, and it's confusing you.
Oh yeah, he's got a little pillow back there.
Audio listeners,
There's a pillow.
there's a fine leather chair in front of a neon background. Behind it is a handsome Jack mask from the game Borderlands 2. Below that, one of the authors, the scripts of Borderlands, Mikey Newman, sits tapping his temple while a tea bag of coins dangles from his ear. Behind him, a Hearthstone box sits, partially open. Wrestling memorabilia regales the scene. 2 microphones, no host, sound insulating foam, and lights. A tableau for the ages. Also, I saw the microphone move, so I know Justin is just refusing to come in and let me continue this bit for as long as he wants. Now he's shaking the microphone, wondering if I can fill the air. Welcome to our new podcast. Don't Dare Brian. Oh no! Ah, you've taken away my link, my one touchstone. My
Hey,
brain is.
I'm invisible now.
Oh!
And the
I
chair just
walked
moved.
away to gain the power of invisibility.
Wait a minute. If you're invisible, does that mean that you're naked right now?
Yup. Buck naked. Here, hold on. Let me lift my legs so you can see my invisible asshole.
Well, we definitely saw your arms, so.
Well, you know the invisible wife sees all invisible things. So can you just put that away, please?
All right, I'm running out. I'm turning invisible again.
That was embarrassing for
Wow,
both
that's
of us.
fast. That was a quick chapter change.
And try to keep it fresh. You've been doing podcasts for 10 years, so you try to turn invisible and show an asshole, and next thing you know, it's a federal case.
We just got a C&D from Twitch
Yeah,
mods.
Twitch TOS.
Wait, what does that mean?
Oh, a cease and desist from Twitch terms
Do
of
they
service.
really do that?
No, I mean
No,
they-
but
I
you
mean-
can't show your asshole on Twitch.
Yes.
So.
Oh, it was invisible.
Yeah, that's,
except
I mean,
to me.
fucking thanks, Obama. You can't show your asshole on Twitch.
All right. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. Talking about that thanks Obama, like it just gets funnier to me the longer that Obama's not been president. Like here's a conspiracy theory. I'm pretty sure my dad's still afraid of Obama taking his money. Even though he's no longer in the political
You know,
arena.
I had never seen Brian laugh so hard as he did at this one article.
Oh, yeah, no,
he just couldn't stop cackling.
the bumbler's fingers.
The bungler's
No, I
fingers.
mean, that's
We don't have time for
We're gonna do another episode of the Bumbler's Fingers.
That's my dad's biggest fear.
One shaky hand grabbing the Campbell's soup can. All right. Let's do a podcast. How about that?